In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a full beginner's guide to starting a successful newsletter with Beehiiv. Now, my goal of this video is to teach you everything you need to know about it, so you can go from 0 to 10k profit a month within around 6 months. In the video, I'm going to highlight a few things. My goal is to cover how to find a profitable untapped niche, how to write amazing content for your readers, how to create lead magnets to actually get readers, and as a bonus at the end, I'm going to give you a monetization framework that you can use to actually make money from your newsletter. Now, before we start, I just want to let you know that each subscriber on your newsletter is worth around 50 cents to $2 plus per month. And this really depends on your niche. So if you're in a niche that's not very high spending, so maybe something like kids games, it's going to be on the lower end. But if you are in something like e-commerce or business related, it's going to be on the higher end. So it could be $2 all the way up to $10 depending on your niche. But the range you're looking for is between $0.5 to $2 per subscriber per month, which means if we want to get to that 10k a month mark, we need to get around 5k to 20k subscribers. This depends on our niche. If we have a niche that's more business related, it can be on the lower end. And if it's more just general, it can be on the higher end of that. Now, you might be wondering how I have the sort of authority to teach this. Well, I've actually got my own email list of 40,000 subscribers or thereabouts for my own e-commerce brand. And this generates around 40k worth of orders each month. It fluctuates, but that's around the average. Now, although my email list is for e-commerce, this works for just having an email list. It doesn't have to be for e-commerce at all. You can monetize this with affiliates, with sponsorships, or your own products, but I'm going to show you all of that at the end. Now, first things first, if you haven't already signed up for Beehiiv, I would recommend doing it. Beehiiv is the best platform for starting a newsletter in my opinion. I've tried a few different ones. You've got Substack and there's a few others, but this one's definitely the best. So if you haven't signed up already, go to the link down below and click on it. That will give you a discount and it will also give you a free trial to Beehiiv. So make sure to use the link down below. It just benefits you and it will benefit me. So it's a win-win situation really. So first things first is our niche research, or finding a niche we want to make our newsletter in. And we're going to our best friend here, which is ChatGPT. Now, if you already have a niche in mind that you are passionate about or you know a lot about, then go for that. But if you don't know or you want to kind of explore some ideas, use ChatGPT. I heard a story of a guy who had a newsletter for TV shows and it was doing a ton of money. He didn't like the TV shows at all. So just because you don't like it doesn't mean you can't make your newsletter about it. So what I would do is I'd go into ChatGPT and I would ask it, please give me a list of 100 niches to make a profitable newsletter about. So it's going to now give us some niches, and you can see here we've got so many different ones and it's pretty cool. So we've got urban gardening, sustainable living, digital nomad, classic cars. You know, the list really goes on. So yeah, you can go here, you can look at this list and see which interests you and which ones you think would be cool, which ones you think you could write about. Now, the next thing I'd like to do is find out the sort of market size of each niche. And there's a million ways that you can go ahead and actually do that. But I like to use a tool here called Keywords Everywhere. Essentially, the way it works is that it tells you the search volume of different search terms. And depending on how you're going to be monetizing this or how you're going to be finding customers, whether it's SEO or Facebook ads or whatever, this can be quite a good tool to tell you which is unsaturated. So the way it works is you just turn it on here. You can get yourself a plan. I'll leave a link down below for Keywords Everywhere. And we can just go into Google and we can just search for something and it will tell us the search volume. So let's have a look at something like urban gardening, for example. You could put that into Google. I can hit enter and it should tell me some information. So here we go. We've got the volume. It has 40,000 monthly searches. The average cost per click is 0.2 and the competition is 0.1. And I believe that's a low competition for this. So from here we can see that the sort of size is okay. It's not like massive, but it is something that we could go ahead and work with. And it seems like the competition's pretty low. It seems like SEO difficulty, you've got quite a lot of opportunities here. So that to me says it's not super saturated, and there's definitely room to tap into this market. What I also like to do is I also like to see how the market is moving. So if it's on an uptrend, downtrend, that kind of thing. And for this, I like to use Google Trends. So I would just type in urban gardening on here. I would go to worldwide. You might want to go to your country, or depending on where you want to run your newsletter. I go 2004 to present, and I can see here that the volume, the search volume, is kind of going down, meaning that it's not really a growing niche and there's no real trend in it. So it might be hard to get traction for this. So I probably wouldn't go for that. But then I can try something else on the list, such as, digital nomad lifestyle. Let's put that in here, see the volume that we're getting for this. So only 800 search a month. What about maybe digital nomad? So that's 90,000. And we can see here that the trend is hugely up. So this could be a good niche. It might already have peaked though, so it might be on its way down. But we can go over here again and we can type in digital nomad, and we can see that it's definitely a growing market. So this could be quite a cool one to do, and I imagine for this kind of thing there's definitely a lot of topics around it. So you could definitely do things like how to get a visa, all that kind of stuff. And on the flip side of that, there's definitely a ton of sub niches and a ton of monetization options. So stuff such as travel insurance, best travel insurance for digital nomads, and you can sell some affiliate deals there, or you can sell some sponsorships. So this is quite a good one, and we could definitely go into this one here. And in fact, you can see some of the related keywords we have: digital nomad visa, jobs, countries. People are searching for Upwork, so I guess they want to do some sort of freelancing work. You've got a lot of cool stuff here. So the next thing I would kind of look at here is some other blogs and sort of see what articles other blogs are writing, because your newsletter is going to be kind of like a blog. So I'm going to find a few niche sites here. So we've got this one here, Nomad List. We've got Digital Nomads, maybe Web Work Travel. We've got all these sites here that we can kind of go on to. And you can see this actually itself is some kind of email list, I believe. And from here we can basically look at what kind of articles are doing well for them, and how, what kind of angles they're going at, what kind of content they're actually writing. And if we look at this site here, they've got some articles they have here: how to navigate the proof of onward travel, traveling in the US, how do you travel as a digital nomad. They've got a lot of articles here that we can use as inspiration for our newsletter. They've also got stuff like city guides, which can be quite useful. I guess they get traffic from this. This is quite cool. They've got consultations, they've got community. So they've got a lot of little information that we can kind of borrow ideas from for our newsletter. So we've now figured out the niche that we're going to be going for. And the next step is to get our content written. So for that, we kind of had two options. I guess you could say three, but one of them is not great. So the options are: number one, you write the content yourself. This is definitely a good option, but it is time consuming. Number two is you use something like ChatGPT. Using ChatGPT is just not going to be effective to write good content. And number three is you hire somebody abroad to do this. Now, hiring someone abroad to do this is a great option in my opinion. It can be very affordable and you can get some great quality work. Now, a website that I love to use when I'm hiring or outsourcing is onlinejobs.ph. It's basically a website which allows you to hire in the Philippines, and you can hire every sort of role here. And with the Philippines, the people there are very good workers. They're so good. They're also very friendly. They're hardworking, and they're very smart and talented as well. So this is somewhere I really like to go, and it's also very affordable to do this. So here we go. We've got content writer here. This would be a good place to start. And what we can do basically with this is you sign up and you can find a content writer. So for example, we can find this content writer here, she works full time for $700 a month, or you can hire them, say, part time. Maybe you want 2 hours a day, so $8 per day, and they could probably write you a few articles per day for that. So that would be quite a good one. But you can basically go through here and you can interview all of these people for writing content for you. This is a really great option, and if you want to start using online jobs, I'll leave a link down below. It's such a great platform, and it will save you so much time, and it will really make your business grow super quick. Now what we can do for our content ideas is we can look at these sites here, and we can use the keywords everywhere tool to scrape the best keywords that they're using and find out their best articles. So they've got all of these ones here that we could copy, or we could just use ChatGPT and say, can you give me 100 content blog ideas for newsletter? And this is going to give us some inspiration here. You see it's giving us tons of inspiration here for articles that we could go ahead and write for our newsletter. And then we can basically we can use these terms here, each of these. We can put these into Google, see the search volume of each of them with the tool I showed you, and we can figure out which ones people are actually looking for, what's popular, that kind of thing. And then from there we can go ahead and take our VA or our content writer, and we can get them to write these articles, or we can write them ourselves. It's really up to you. So that is the content writing bit done. We know how to find content writers and how to get content ideas, that kind of thing. The next thing is to create lead magnets for readers. Now with our lead magnets, we can do this in so many ways. You could use Instagram, you can use TikTok, you can use Reddit, Pinterest, YouTube. You can do, there's so many different ways you can do it, and it really depends on your target market. But one thing you need to look at is, where is your target market located? So where are they online? If they are younger people, they might be on TikTok. If they're older people, they might be on Yahoo Mail, for example. So depending on this, you need to kind of look at that and see where they are, and then target your lead magnets at that. But the number one thing you want with a lead magnet is that you need to be giving the readers something. So you need to be giving them a reason why they should sign up for their email. And that could be, for example, if we were looking into the digital nomad niche, that could be something like some kind of article, maybe the best locations, the best unknown locations for 2024 traveling, for example. And you might want to write that as an article, which would get people in, they would read that, and then they would be sent to the sign up form for the newsletter. Now, I personally am very fond of Facebook ads. I think they are very effective. If you're doing it right, you can get a lead for a dollar or two if you're doing it right, and that's obviously going to pay back very quickly. You're going to make your money back very quickly on that. So in the example of Facebook ads, I would use Canva just to make our ads. So we can go to social media here, and we could go over to Instagram post here, for example, and then up here for the template, I would go and I would type in travel, and I would find a cool sort of travel design here. Let's say this one, for example, and then I would make this would be my ad that I'd put on Facebook. So I'd say hidden secrets or hidden gem locations. Hidden gem locations, or something like that. Let's try that. I'll make it a little bit smaller, a lot smaller. I put like learn more here, something like that. Maybe I put a photo of like a really nice place, and then I would basically put a little bit of content here, some kind of summary. So maybe say something like, check out our list of top 10 best hidden gems for 2024 nomad travelers, something like that. And you basically run this as your Facebook ad, and you would send them to the article on Beehiiv to start with. And the way we would do that is we'd go over to Beehiiv here, we'd go to the write button, we go to posts, we put start writing here, And then we can go ahead and write in our content. So let's just find one of these ideas, like this here. We would put this as our title, and we can go ahead and write our article here, and we can have this as one of our pieces of content, and we can go ahead and make that accessible for people to look at it, basically. And then what we'd want to do is we want to create ourselves a subscriber form here, and the subscriber form would be used to put at the bottom of the page or whatever, so that once they've read the article, or maybe you could have like a hidden article that's hidden behind the subscriber form where they have to subscribe to get access to the article. You'd basically, they put their information in here and they would get sent to your email list. So that's basically how you would go ahead and get yourselves some readers with a lead magnet. You basically want to be giving them some kind of cool information in exchange for their email. You can do this with Facebook, you can do this with so many different methods here. And if you want me to do any like in-depth videos about how to actually create a lead magnet, for example, on Facebook, I can go ahead and do that. Now lastly, we have the monetization stuff. So before you're going to have around 10k subs before you get monetized, or before people are going to be interested in monetizing with you. Now before that, you can obviously do stuff like affiliate marketing and selling your own products, but 10k is when you're going to start getting sponsors. And inside Beehiiv, they actually have a really cool thing here. So they have the ad network, and basically this means that people will approach you to put ads inside of your newsletter. So this is a really cool way to actually do it. It's super seamless and such an easy process. They also have subscriptions, so you could also add some kind of paid subscription section. So maybe you have like a little $2, $3, $5 a month subscriber bit where they get some extra information. You can add that, and it all integrates inside of Beehiiv, so it's pretty cool here. And you also got this thing called boosts as well. So if you boost another network or another newsletter, they're going to go ahead and they will give you money per subscriber. So for example, you're going to earn $3 per subscriber you get for them if you promote them. Now the best way to do this is to make sure you find a newsletter in your niche. So we could look at travel, for example. These guys are paying $2 per subscriber. These are for hikers, backpackers. So if you've got your newsletter, you can send them over to this one here and you're going to get paid for that. So it's a pretty cool way to go ahead and do it. Now the other ways you can do it are with the sponsors, as I said. You can do that inside of here. There's also other platforms that you can get sponsors with. You can also do some outreach for that if you want to. And you can even run Facebook ads to get yourself leads for people who might want to put their ads inside of your newsletter. Something else you can do is you can do some affiliate marketing. So one website here that you might want to sign up for is called impact.com, and it's basically an affiliate marketing website where you can find people to market for. And let's say we were in the digital nomad niche, we could go ahead and sell travel insurance. So we can have an article, best travel insurance for 2024, and we can go ahead and find an insurance company. So let's say Flip Travel, and they will basically pay us 15% of whatever we sell. So if we sell $5,000 worth of insurance, then they're going to be paying us like $750 around that for that. So that's pretty good just for one article. And again, you can do this with loads of things. You can do this with brands, so maybe like walking shoes or backpacks. And you can also start your own e-commerce store selling products as well. So you could drop ship backpacks to your email list. That's essentially the route that I've gone down, monetizing my newsletter, is selling a tangible product to the audience. But there's so many ways to go about it, and if you combine all of these different methods, that's the way you're going to get the most out of each customer. And that's basically how you would go ahead and monetize it. Now I hope this video has been helpful to you on how to actually start off getting a Beehiiv newsletter going. If you're consistent with this and you're posting regularly, you're spending time testing out different lead magnets, you're writing good content, then it's quite easy within 6 months to be hitting 10k. You're only going to need like 10k subs, and it's going to compound quite easily over time, especially if you're consistent with it. So as I said, down below I'm going to leave a link to Beehiiv. I'll
leave a link to Keywords Everywhere and online jobs. And if I think of any other places, I will also put them down below as well. But I hope you found this video useful. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe, comment down below that helped, and let me know if there's any other videos you'd like me to make. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.